to talk about Raw from January 9th, 2012. And the show started out with Kane and John Cena fighting backstage. I like seeing Kane talk, you know. I mean, some people might be put off by it just because he's back to the mask, so you would expect him to be quiet just like he used to be back in the day. But I like it because it's something different and it makes him look more ominous, kind of like The Undertaker, you know, when he gives his speeches on his theories, on what he thinks is right and wrong. You know, like I'm talking about Undertaker back in the day of like the Ministry and stuff. And that's what I feel like Kane's trying to do. He's trying to be like that guy, that evil dark crusader who you know has his philosophies on life and he wants other people to follow him. And then him and Cena fight backstage, and then he disappears randomly. Then he had Sheamus and Santino Marella, and they beat Wade Barrett and Jinder Mahal. Can't tell if they want to give Jinder Mahal a push or not. And quite possibly my favorite thing of the night was that they announced that Edge is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. That was pretty cool. Wasn't expecting that at all. I followed Edge his whole career, so I feel like a big fan of him. And when you think about it, he has accomplished a whole lot. I mean, it might be weird just because he's so young. He's in his 30s. You know, and he just retired not too long ago. But when you look back at his career and his accomplishments, he really does deserve it. So it'd be cool to see him get inducted. Then you had Daniel Bryan beats Kofi Kingston. I guess there was a challenge made before the show, but I didn't see it. So, and the match went by so quickly that it was kind of like, well, what was the point of building that up before the show if, you know? But then Big Show comes out, confronts Daniel Bryan, challenges him to a match this Friday. So they're going to fight again for the world title, but this time it's no DQ and no count out. And I was surprised to see Daniel Bryan so into it, you know? I mean, I think they're trying to turn Bryan heel, which I think is kind of working, you know, seeing him kind of become full of himself. It seems logical. I mean, a guy like that win the world title, of course he'd become conceited. Then we have the long-awaited debut of Brodus Clay. And originally I thought Brodus Clay was going to be this monster. He was going to come in and do this and that. And all of a sudden, the ring announcer said, you know, the Funkasaurus, and he comes out with these two black girls dancing. Somebody Call My Mama music. And he's in all red and he's dancing. And I'm like, what? What the fuck is going on? Didn't they do this with Flash Funk back in like 1996 or something? I mean, why are they turning Brodus Clay into this joke? I mean, apparently, you know, Brodus Clay probably won't be around much long, especially with a gimmick like this. He seemed into it, but then again, it probably makes sense for them not to make it be a monster since Kane's now a monster. Mark Henry's kind of that on SmackDown. It's like too many monsters. So I get that they want to do something different, but then you had CM Punk beating Jack Swagger, where the stipulation was if CM Punk won, then Swagger and Vicky Guerrero would be banned from the Royal Rumble match with Dolph Ziggler. And it was a good match until the referee fucked up the ending. I mean, I don't know what happened. You know, I mean, clearly they even replayed it like 3 times, once in slow motion, showing you that Swagger fucking kicked out. And, you know, Michael Cole did a good job trying to sell it, saying, oh yeah, the referee fucked up, so that's why Lauren Knights wants to be the referee at the Royal Rumble, so stuff like that doesn't happen. Then you had the announcement of the 4 Horsemen being inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is pretty cool. Guys like Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, Barry Windham. Ric Flair was already inducted, and since Ric Flair's in TNA, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know if he's going to be there or what, but it should be interesting. The Miz makes Ricardo Rodriguez call out R-Truth, which is pretty entertaining, you know, and then he was doing the Luka Garacha and all that stuff, and then Miz tried to attack R-Truth from behind, but R-Truth came back, and I'm kind of enjoying the Miz R-Truth feud, you know. I mean, they're doing different stuff every week. Then you had Chris Jericho come out, basically pulling an encore from last week, where he's out there and he's getting that crowd to cheer for him. It doesn't go on for that long though, because when he gets the mic, Now he's doing this thing of like he got too emotional, too choked up, and he starts crying in the ring. And I mean, last week I was unsure on what he was trying to do, but this week I think it's pretty clear that he's just fucking with us. And it's funny because it's working, because the crowd continues to cheer for him, and it's like no one's picking up on it, that he's just fucking with us, and he just wants to see how long he can be a douchebag and not talk and not really try and get cheered. You know, I mean, he's not doing anything, and we're all fucking cheering for him. I think it's genius what he's doing. I think it's going to be one of the best heel turns or best reveals. And then we were supposed to have Eve versus Beth Phoenix, but Kane came out and scared Eve away. Zack Ryder grabbed her and tried to get her out of the arena in his car, but his tires were slashed, so he spent like a half hour trying to change a tire. And John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler was the main event. It was a decent match, you know, but you could tell they were going by it quick. And then, you know, Kane attacks Zack Ryder. John Cena runs back there. Kane beats up the both of them and leaves them both laying. And, you know, it was an interesting ending just because it's like, alright, Kane... It's like you wonder what Kane wants to do with this, you know. What does he want to gain? You know, he spent the whole night stalking Zack Ryder. You know, does he have anything against Eve? You know, was he just doing that to get to Ryder? Is he just fucking with Zack Ryder to get to John Cena? You know, I mean, you can't tell what his main goal is, what his real target is. The only thing he's really saying is that he wants Cena to give into the hate. You know, but I mean, why does he care about that? I mean, what does he want? So Raw wasn't a bad show. I love the Hall of Fame announcements. The Bros Clay debut was just like, wow, what the fuck. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Later.